In this video, we're going to show you how to replace a rear shock mount on your Volkswagen Passat. This is going to be located behind the rear wheels. Let's get started. Using a right angle pick, go around and remove all of the plastic caps. Using a 17mm socket, remove the 5 lug studs. When we remove this last stud, the wheel is going to want to fall off. Have a hand on it. Remove the last lug stud and remove the wheel. Using a 21mm wrench, we're going to crack the bolt free on the bottom of our shock. Install a jack under the lower control arm, right under the end of it. Using an 18mm socket and an 18mm wrench to hold the nut on the back side, we're going to remove the bolt for our lower control arm. Using an 18mm wrench, we're going to loosen the nut for our lower control arm bolt. Using an 18mm socket, we're going to remove the bolt. When we remove this bolt, this control arm is going to want to come down because of the force of the spring. Be sure you have it set up so that this isn't just going to fly down on you. Remove the bolt. We're going to go down on our control arm. We're only going to go down about an inch. That's about where we'll have space to get our rear shock bolt out. Remove the rear shock bolt. Using a 16mm socket, remove the bolt for the upper shock mount. Remove the bolts and remove the shock and mount assembly. Using a 16mm wrench to get on the nut, we'll use a set of adjustable pliers. We're going to remove the nut from the shock. Hold the rod still while you spin the nut off. Remove the nut from the shock and remove the shock from the mount. We're going to grab our extra shock pieces out of the mount. We're going to put our new shock mount in our vise. Install the isolator with the extra boot. Remove the nut off of the shock. And install the shock into the mount. Push it all the way through and get the nut started. Using a 17mm wrench and a pair of adjustable pliers, we're going to hold our rod while we snug down our nut. Get the nut nice and snug. Torque the top strut nut to 25 Newton meters. If you can't get a torque wrench on it, do the best you can. Remove the shock assembly out of the vise. Install the shock assembly into the vehicle. We're going to get our top mount bolts started first. Snug the bolts down. We're going to get our shock in place. We're going to push up on it. Get the bolt installed through the shock into the back of the knuckle. Get the bolt started, a few threads by hand. Snug the bolt down. Go up on your jack and bring that lower control arm up to the knuckle. Using a punch or a screwdriver, I'm going to help line up the knuckle. I'm going to use a pry bar to help me line up the knuckle with the rear control arm. Get the bolt fully installed and get the nut started on the backside. Make sure the bolt is passed through both holes. We're going to get our nut started, and then snug our bolt into it. Snug down the nut. Hold the nut still and torque the bolt to 70 Newton meters. Then we're going to go an additional 180 degrees. We're going to torque our shock bolt to 180 Newton meters. If you can't get a torque wrench on it, do the best you can. Remove the jack out from under the vehicle. Torque the shock mount bolts to 50 Newton meters. And we're going to go an additional 45 degrees. Install the wheel. I'm going to get one lug stud started, snug it down, install the rest of the lug studs, snug them down with a gun. Using a 17mm socket, we're going to torque our lug studs to 103 foot-pounds in a star pattern. Install the plastic caps. And you're good to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.